Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of FEDUP with Roxy and Dux. Hey Roxy.
Hey Dux, how are you?
Good. You know, today we're so excited because what we want to talk about is how can you take advantage of Microsoft 365 for your mobile workforce. Now, mobile workforce in the government? Is that a thing, Roxy?
It's totally a thing. Mobile workforce in the government is a thing. And honestly, it's becoming more and more and more of a thing day by day when you think about contractors, when you think about cross-collaboration. Like, it's really a big deal.
All right, let's unpack that word mobile workforce. What does that mean in the government? Does that mean people using mobile devices or working remotely? How does that look like?
In the government, that means people are working remotely, teleworking. That means people are using mobile devices. That means people are on the go. You have different types of workers who their daily job isn't to come into the office every day or HQ. They may sit in the field. So you have field workers that are part of that. So, I mean, it means a lot of things to different agencies.
All right, so people remote, people in the field, people using mobile devices, maybe non-Microsoft devices, BYOD, tablets, laptops.
Absolutely.
So if we were to break it down, 3 specific ways they can take advantage of Microsoft 365, what would that be?
3 specific ways.
Number 1.
Number 1, I would say empower your workforce mobily. That means taking advantage of the different applications that are available on the mobile device so that these remote workers or these contractors or these, field workers can feel inclusive and collaborate with people at HQ or people at other agencies, honestly. That's number 1. Number 2.
So wait, before you go to number 2, how do they do that?
How do they do that?
Like what specific technologies can they use?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are a couple. There's Microsoft Teams,
Okay.
First and foremost. There's Planner.
Sure.
There's Forms. There is Exchange. There's SharePoint. There's Power BI. There's Flow.
All right. Okay, so day in the life, right? So empower people. I wake up, I'm a field worker.
Yep.
I'm a National Parks Ranger.
Yep.
I'm out in Yosemite Park. I got my phone. I fire up Teams, first day. So walk me through my day.
That is really good. Okay, so you're at Yosemite Park.
Right.
Besides looking at the views, you turn on your phone. First thing you're going to do is you're going to check your messages.
Sure.
What messages have you missed?
Sure.
You're going to check your notifications to see if anyone's added you in any type of Teams message, to see if you've missed anything or there's any notifications that need your basically your attention right away, immediately. Then you're going to check to see if any files have been updated, any docs. If, park rangers are out investigating or inspecting the park to make sure that there's cleanliness there or that, there aren't unwarranted people that are in the park at that time. You're checking to make sure the docs have been updated from the previous person that's there.
Got it.
Bingo.
So
Microsoft Shifts.
There you go. And then Shifts. So if y'all are not familiar with Shifts, it's coming to Teams, coming to GCC.
It is.
That allows you to schedule work as well, right?
Absolutely. It allows you to schedule work.
All right. So number 2. So empower people, be inclusive, be able to work remotely. What's the second point on how Microsoft's empowering the mobile workforce?
Yeah. The second point on how Microsoft's empowering the mobile workforce is honestly through security. Making sure that when this mobile workforce is working remotely, that the technologies that they're working on whatever device they're using, whether that's an Apple device or whether it's a Samsung device, whatever the device looks like, that it's secure. And they're able to do that. They're able to authenticate. They're able to manage it through Intune. I mean, there are a million of ways.
Because today, right, I know a lot of people don't want to admit it, especially in government.
Yeah.
A lot of mobile workers are using things like WhatsApp.
They are.
Things
They
like
are.
group text, right?
They are.
And I don't think people are being malicious or they're purposely doing it.
Right.
It's just because they just need to get their job done.
I think that's true.
And there's no technology, at least in their minds, that can help them.
I think
but
so.
with Microsoft 365 and the mobile capability and the security that's layered on it, it's a no-brainer.
I think it is a no-brainer because when you look at things like WhatsApp and then compare that to Teams, I mean, you own your data. I mean, you're setting the retention. You can manage who's being included in that chat, whether it's an external user and whether it's an internal user. And then on top of that, you're paying attention to how long you're actually required to retain that per NAR mandate.
And on top of all this, it's sitting in a highly compliant infrastructure called GCC or GCC High.
Absolutely. 100%.
So all the requirements around government compliance all those are met.
Already there and baked in, looped in, ready to go.
All right, number 3.
Number 3, be inclusive. When you think about these products, you think about these technologies, we're going to pick on Teams, for example. When you think about Teams and you think about things like previous applications like Kaizala and how those features are being roped into Teams, just so when government agencies have these other offices around the world in low bandwidth areas or in remote areas, they can still communicate and collaborate back with headquarters or back with other agencies that they're working with or back at other initiatives, whether that's being included in an initiative at the White House, whatever that looks like. So being inclusive and really leveraging what these products and these technologies have to offer.
I mean, I love this point because, again, going back to my park ranger story, some national parks may not have the best bandwidth.
I agree.
But the fact that I can still communicate,
100%.
access in a secure way, the content that I need to access, is so powerful. And it's great to see that Microsoft is truly living and breathing the mission statement, empower everyone, every organization around the world. And inclusivity is not just a lip service, but it's being baked into the DNA of the technology.
It is. And honestly, when you look at the different people that work for Microsoft that are interacting with these government agencies, we are taking that feedback back to the product group and holding them accountable and saying, hey, these are what our customers need. This is what we need in GCC and GCC High, and these are the requirements that we have to be inclusive, to have efficient collaboration, to be the most secure, so that these agencies can move forward according to their mission.
I mean, a lot of times people think that government are the last group of people to take on technology, but it's just amazing, reading the news around how government agencies are using HoloLens, for example.
Right.
Or in the recent Government Leaders Forum, I saw they have Azure in a backpack.
Right.
So it's not
or
just
the adaptive controller.
Adaptive controller for Xbox.
Yeah.
So inclusivity is critical.
It's critical. It is.
So folks, you've heard it. 3 specific ways you can empower your mobile workforce with Microsoft 365. Empower them, secure them, and also include them in all the day-to-day activities. So with that, thank you for watching this episode. Until the next one.
Bye.